Blue Kool-Aid. We're back, baby. We're back, and we are better than ever. The Lions are 11-1. They're hosting a second consecutive Thursday game. This one will be at night in Ford Field in prime time, where the Lions love to shine the most, and they will be hosting the our fierce rival, the Green Bay Packers. So we have a lot to talk about in regards to that game coming up. But before we do, let's introduce the Blue Kool-Aid crew that is here. We got the whole crew with us. I'm Big Z. Let's get to the rest. We got Red Dog.
Yo.
UJ.
Hi, Raw.
And Bob.
Hello there.
All right. Well, there you go. There you have it. There's the crew. And, of course, we got our producer, Kid Jay, off to the side, who might be chiming in every once in a while. But really quick, we don't have much updates about the injuries going into this game, unfortunately, so we probably won't be highlighting that too much. But the Packers, they are 9-3. 9-3. They have not had their yes, they have. Sorry. They're 9-3. The Lions 2-game lead over them. Currently, the Lions beat them in Lambeau in cold and rainy weather. You thought it would have been an advantage for the Packers? No, it was an advantage for the Lions. But now the Lions get them in the den on Thursday night in primetime, where they shine under Dan Campbell. And I cannot wait for this game. How about you guys?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. This is going to be great.
Yep.
I can totally wait.
Awesome.
It's the Thursday night game on Amazon Prime. If you don't know where to find it, if you're one of our older listeners, that's where it is.
That's ages.
But I think a lot of people know how to find Prime these days.
What
now.
channel is that? Amazon Prime. Is that on 2?
There's 7
3? Yeah.
Anyways, the Packers. They are led at quarterback by Jordan Love, who we are probably all familiar with at this point. 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions on the season. He has thrown an interception every game, but 2 this year. And he is good for one dumbass play every week. We saw that when we played him in Lambeau.
Is that an official stat, see?
Yeah, it is an official stat, Red Dog. I think, for most of the quarterbacks, they just have like touchdown, interception, maybe their longest pass of the season, attempts, completions. But when you go on Jordan Love's stat page, there's one extra column for him. It says dumbass play.
Wow.
And for short.
Yeah, I think he's leading the league with 12. Maybe Will Levis is right
he must
behind
be if
him
he's the
at
only
11.
one with it in the column for it.
Yeah. Anyways, so there you go. But Jordan Love actually has been playing a little bit better recently, but that's because they've really, really leaned on Josh Jacobs, who has 221 carries and 987 yards this season. And he lit up a very good Miami Dolphins rush defense, actually. Oh, sorry, no, he didn't light them up. I apologize. I don't know why I said that, because in my mind, he lit them up on the ground, but it was actually in the air. He had 74 yards. He only had 43 yards on the ground.
Okay.
In my mind, he lit him up.
Well, because it was he dominated the receiving game, and I mixed up the two in my head. He still had 117 all-purpose yards in that game. So he is definitely somebody that they are looking to involve as much as possible. They're much healthier than our team. I've already warned the Packers fans, if you don't beat the Lions this week, you don't deserve to even go to the playoffs, or you should just go home or go hide in a hole. Or
only on
like
papers, emotionally they're wrecked.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, they get the Lions on a good week for them. Not that we're not going to be ready or anything of that nature, but definitely not at our healthiest point is what I'm saying.
It'll be, that does suck for them. Like, they'll be more embarrassing when they lose to us with all these guys injured.
Yeah. So the Lions are what they are now. They are 3.5. That line is not moved. 3.5 point favorites. The over under is 51.5. It's pretty high.
Ooh, that is high.
But I mean, you might expect that because the Lions, they just don't have everybody, and it might be a shootout. And the Lions offense is going to have to really step up this week against a Packers team that can give up a lot of points at times this year. They're vulnerable. I would not call this unit by any means elite. They barely escaped with their life against the Bears because the Bears classically, again, mismanaged the end of that game. They dominated the 49ers, dominated the Dolphins at home the last 2 games. So, anyways, what are you guys' additional thoughts just about this upcoming week? I'll start off with you, Bob.
Yeah, I'm. It will be a tougher game, I think, just because of the injuries. Because I think we do have the better team, but we've got a ton of injuries right now. What's good about it is, from what I understand, with Taylor Decker, he's day-to-day, but they're going to prepare to play him at left tackle if need be. Because I know Campbell likes to have him practice there for the week. He doesn't like just switch at the last. So they're prepared for that possibility, and I think having him at left tackle would be awesome.
Sewell?
Yeah, Sewell.
Oh, okay.
If Decker can't go, they're going to have Sewell play the left side.
I heard that.
So that gives me
Skipper
hope.
wasn't that great last week.
No, well, Skipper's fine, but ideally you'd have Sewell in there instead of
I
Decker.
agree.
So anyway, I feel this will be a tougher game than it should be, but I still think Lions have the advantage.
UJ.
Yeah, I think the Lions still have the advantage, too. I think the Packers are prone to letdowns. The Lions have not let down much this year at all. I'd say a little bit last week, mainly because of the injuries. But I think the offense is going to have to step up to Z, what you were saying. It's going to have to be a solid game by our offense. And I think we can do very well against this Packers defense. So I'm looking for a big game from our O, especially Jared Goff. I think he's going to have a fantastic game here.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean Jared Goff, even in the rain in Lambeau, 18 of 22, 145 yards, and a touchdown last time they played. So
Yeah.
and Jared Goff has actually had several good games against the Packers. I'm looking up his game logs from let me see last year. It was really good last year too. 19 of 28, touchdown, 332 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was on the Thanksgiving game, actually, in a loss. Either way, he has a pretty good history against them. But the Lions and Packers, it's a bitter rivalry. I hope they don't allow any Packers fans into that stadium this week. Bob, will you be going to the game this week on Thursday?
No.
All right. But I know in the past, like when I've gone, like when the Lions are not good, there was a lot of Packers fans there, but I'm hoping now that has been shut down completely. I think it is. I think it will be. This is going to be an electric atmosphere, though. There's a lot on the line. As I mentioned last episode, the Lions only a game ahead of the Eagles and Vikings for the 1 seed. So they're breathing down their necks. The Lions have not given up any ground. So it should be really fascinating to see what happens here. A 3.5 point spread, though. A lot of people have been telling me this is the best game on Thursday night this year. I wouldn't disagree with that statement at all. So
it's a big one.
Anything else you guys want to talk about with this matchup before we get into our predictions? So we're keeping it a little shorter in this episode. Right. So
I guess I'll go give some opinions.
I think the only thing.
You can go again.
Go ahead, UJ. You first.
The only thing keeping us from winning this game is us. The way I look at it. I mean, the Packers, they're healthier. They're still playing well. They got a good record and all that stuff. But it's just the Lions. It's up to the Lions. If we play to our capabilities, there's no one going to beat us in this game. So, and I think Campbell's got their heads on straight still. This is that weird part of the season. It's really it's the dog days, if you will. I mean, with the injuries and stuff, and it's just there's a lot of things bearing down on them. But I still see this team as being really together and solid, and they're going to come through. So, that's it.
All right, Red Dog.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Lions are going to dominate just like they keep doing. Let's just say that. Whatever.
All right.
Okay, there you have it. All right, so let's move on to our predictions. Let's move on to our predictions. Of course, we have 2 prediction segments. Our first is our roar of the week. Not necessarily the player with the biggest stats, but the most impactful on the game. Player or coach, I should say. And then And then, of course, our ever world famous predictions, predicting the outcome of this game. So we'll go around the horn here with our roar of the week. And Rod Dog, we'll start with you.
I'm going with a 6-dip. Jahmyr Gibbs. The ascension continues. He's only getting better every week, and he's going to go off this week. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get at least 3 touchdowns. He's going to take over. He is my roar of the week.
Ooh,
All right, there you go. That's 6 times in a row, Rod Dog? 6 times. Wow. All right.
6 dip.
Wow. 6
I like it.
6.
I like it. He's partially earned it the way he plays every week. So
good.
Oh yeah.
all right, UJ, who's your roar of the week?
All right, my roar of the week is going to be Jared Goff. I think they're going to really need a solid game from Jared. He's going to open up. Every receiver is going to get at least 3 catches. Every one of the guys out there. I think he's going to have 3 touchdown passes in this one. I don't know about the yardage. It will be huge, but he's going to run this offense like a maestro. It's just going to be incredible. Yeah, it's going to be a solid game for Jared Goff. He is my roar of the week.
All right, Jared Goff. We have Gibbs
I
and
like
then
it.
Jared Goff. All right, beautiful. Bob.
All right. Yes, we're going to need some offense this game, and I see it coming. Jared Goff is a good pick. Jahmyr Gibbs is a good pick as well, but I'm going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is consistently solid, and I think he's going to get 100 yards in this game and a touchdown. And the Lions are going to do their thing on offense so the defense can heal up. So I think a big game from Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is my roar of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right. So we have Gibbs, Goff, Amon-Ra. Another good choice. All right, producer Kid J, who do you have as your
KJ.
roar of the week?
My roar of the week is I think the defense is definitely going to have to step up here against the Packers offense, which is high flying, and I think the passing game is definitely going to be tested for sure. So I think that Terrion Arnold is going to be my roar of the week as Carlton Davis is not going to be probably playing. I think he's going to have to step up and cover either Jaden Reed or Christian Watson and cover that whatever number 1 receiver the Packers decides to show up that day.
Beautiful. I like it.
Yeah.
So Justin
I like
has Terrion Arnold as his roar of the week. And I like that too. Watson has gone for several chunk plays. He's reawakened in the last few weeks. It's been a big part of their offense, throwing deep to him a couple times a game. So important to shut him down, let him earn it down the field at the very least. So good pick. All right. Mine is a coach, actually, not a player.
Interesting.
And that would be Aaron Glenn. With all the injuries on a short week, I think his game plan is going to be more important than ever. Getting people in the right position, utilizing these new assets all of a sudden on a short week will be key to success in this game. I predict at least 3 sacks from our defense in this game. I'm still trying to figure out in my crystal ball who that is, but I'll give out 1 at least. I think Muhammad gets another one this week, and I think Zadarius Smith because I think he hates the Packers, which is a great motivation to signing him to our team. He mentioned how he hates the Packers and Vikings, so
Yeah.
and he still gets to play each of them one more time this year, if not a third time if we meet him in the playoffs again. But anyways, Aaron Glenn is my roar of the week.
Hey, is that a legal roar?
Nice.
Picking a coach.
Ooh.
I
mean,
said
Has
player
that been done
coach.
before?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, I've definitely done that before. It's probably Aaron Glenn, honestly.
UJ, you
Yeah,
picked
that's
half the
been
team
said
once.
I
so
picked an
you-
offensive
Yeah,
line
that's true.
once.
You did
I
pick,
picked
like,
the
the
offensive
entire
line. I picked
line.
half the team. And then,
That's like a
so he,
third of the
he
team.
picked a coach. Is that legal?
I always say
have to-
player or coach. I
I
even
have
just
to
corrected
question it.
myself in this
Okay,
in
all
this
right.
one.
Do
No,
you
it's fair enough.
always?
I like it though.
I do.
It's not that I don't like it. I love your roar. It's a good roar.
It could be a fan in the stands, honestly. The roar of the week, like this
Whoa.
one fan in the stands, like
Oh.
they got an
Impact
teaser
the
at
game.
Jordan Love's eyes as he's throwing a deep pass and threw
I'm
him
going to
off.
give myself roar of the week for how good I cheer at home when I'm watching on
You
TV.
can't give yourself a roar. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Ah.
rule.
Gosh darn it.
All right, so it's in the rule book now. You can't give a self roar.
Yeah, no
What if we have
no
like
self-roar.
Carry
What if
on
we throw
Arnold
out the
on the
rule book?
podcast, and he wants to give himself the self roar?
What if Justin
Well,
decides we throw out the
well,
rule
yeah.
book and it's not part,
He
in
could do that.
consideration?
Yeah,
You have to impact the game, and I don't think you're doing
Oh,
that.
Kid J, producer Kid J would have loved the announcing this week on all these college rivalry games. You know how many times I heard, "Oh, with these rivalries, you can just throw out the rule book this week."
The record.
you didn't even patent that line, man. Holy cow! You should have patented that line. You rich
Oh,
man.
Lordy. All right, let's move on now to
All
our
right.
ever famous predictions.
Ooh.
As I mentioned at the top of this podcast, the Lions 3.5-point favorites. This is a 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern kickoff in Detroit, in Ford Field. I'm going to be loud as hell. I don't know what uniforms they're wearing yet. Maybe it's the
Hell.
blacks. I don't know.
I'll bet it's the whites.
It's not the whites. It's not the
You
whites.
would.
It could be the blues. They
Could
seem
be
to
the
love the
blacks.
blues.
Oh, the blues. No, I'm
blueberries
sorry,
at
the
home.
blues. That's what I meant. Sorry.
So hopefully they
got
get them
the
washed and dried in
blues.
time
Yeah.
for Thursday. But
I
3.5-point
got the
favorites.
blues.
51.5 is the over/under.
Mm.
And we will go around the horn with this one. So we'll start with Bob.
All right. Yeah, the big rivalry here. Rivalry. But I like where the Lions are right now. We're asserting dominance on these guys. Kind of holding our arm out, like a little kid. You hold his head and he's trying to swing at you. Maybe he gets a few on your arm, like make him feel like he's doing good, and then you just push him out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's kind of what it's going to be this week. And unfortunately, because of our battered defense, I do think they will get in the end zone. I like predicting the Lions not giving up a touchdown, but I'm not gonna go there this week. And I think the offense, they left a lot out there last week, and I think they're a prideful bunch. They're gonna want to be a little more perfect this week, and I think they're gonna have to. And I think the Lions will dominate. It's gonna be Jared Goff with the balanced attack. I think he's gonna hit more receivers this week, and the two-headed monster of Sonic and Knuckles are gonna go off. Like I said, Amon-Ra's going to go big, and then 2 picks for the defense. That's going to help things. And I'm going to give one of those to Jack Campbell. And
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
and then,
all right.
yeah, Jack Campbell, and
Like
then Kirby or Brian Branch. They're going to get one of those other ones. So Lions are going to win.
I like
You
it.
need
Yeah.
Kirby, yeah. So Lions are going to win 38-22. Detroit Lions is my prediction.
All right, let's
Bob's
go.
got that Kool-Aid
Like it.
flowing
Yeah,
veins.
baby.
It's a great kickoff to the prediction segment, Bob. All right, UJ.
All right. Once again, Bob, we are
we close again?
similar in our close. My prediction of the score is 35-24.
Ooh,
Yeah, the Packers are going to get some in this game because of our depleted defense. However, I think the offense, like you said, also, Bob, that it's a very prideful bunch, and they're gonna go back to the drawing board in this one, and they're gonna make sure they don't have the red zone woes like they had in the last game against the Bears. They're gonna put it in the end zone a lot in this game. So, but I do see an important pick coming late in the game when the Packers are threatening, and I can see Kirby or Branch coming up with a huge pick to just put the game definitely in our favor. So, but yeah, it's going to be a fun, exciting game. Probably a bit of a shootout. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. 35-24 is my prediction.
all right.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, yeah, you guys are on a very similar wavelength there, but we like it. We like a double-digit victory for the Lions. All right, Rud Dog, what do you got?
All right, guys. Yeah, things are getting tough. Guys are getting injured. Pascal, Rodrigo, Levi. But, just like when Hutch went down, I think we're going to get even better on defense. I think we're going to go out and shut down this Packers defense and just show that this Lions team is more than a handful of players, and this organization is here to stay, and they're the top dog now. That's why they're going to shut out the Packers and contribute to the 54 points that we score with a pick 6 and a fumble 6. And Gibbs is going to go off. The offense is going to, I think you guys said, it's going to step up. Didn't like what they did last week. And just, take control of this division and this conference and be sitting pretty at 12-1. So Detroit Lions 54-0. No Packers scoring points.
I like you said our defense is going to shut out their defense, and that's going to
Yeah,
be
they're gonna
really
do that
awesome
too.
to see.
They're gonna.
That's how
they're
profound their impact is on the
That-
field.
that's
They
amazing.
Reverberate to the other side of the ball.
That's one of the greatest.
They're
projections
gonna.
I've
They're
ever
gonna
heard.
intimidate them so bad that they can't even stop our offense.
And Red Dog has regained his voice, which is nice.
Yeah, that is good.
That is good.
Good Red Dog.
All right. So there you go.
Apparently, it was lost. I don't know.
All right, 54-0 from Rod Dog. That's 3 for the Lions. Kid J, producer Kid J, what do you got?
I think it's going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be another close, exciting game. The Lions defense, is having a lot of injuries troubles right now, so I think that's going to keep the Packers in the game right now. But gentlemen, this is not just a rivalry game. It's not just an interdivisional matchup that has seen over. It's not. It's more than a rivalry game. It's more than short week for everybody. But you know what?
It's more
The
than
record
that.
books. What do we do with the record books?
Oh my God!
This is Thursday night football, not Thursday afternoon football like they play on Thanksgiving every year. This is
Holy
Thursday night
smokes.
football. Only happens once a year. Only happens once a year.
What?
Jesus!
And you know what? During this time, when just these two teams get together on Thursday night football.
No.
you got to throw out the record books.
Oh my God! Oh,
Dear Lord.
This is the biggest game in history of mankind, I think.
It is. It is.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
it's a rivalry game. We just came off rivalry weekend in college football, like you were mentioning, Big Z, and and I think
A lot of record books
Yeah.
were thrown out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
A lot
I
of
know.
them. They say not to burn the books, but
And but I think the Lions are gonna win 28-24.
Oh,
you
you weren't kidding. That is a tight
Barn
one.
burner.
Wow.
Thank
Yeah.
God, Jesus. Yeah, I was worried there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Where are they going to mark that score? Because I can't put it in the record book.
You have to pull up
Yeah, that's true.
book back.
Well,
out.
they got a new one right after the game, like fresh pages and
Yeah, they're throwing out the old.
it's
record
unsealed
books.
and
All right.
everything.
All right. Good pick, Kid J. Got the line.
And then next week they're just gonna throw it out. They're just wasting a lot of money. All right, there you go. That's 4 for the Lions. I do think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I can see why they have the over under 51.5. But I think the Lions offense is going to really step up this week. Super familiar with this defense of Green Bay. Not going to be hampered by the rain this time. And I think Jared Goff's going to go off in this game, try to get his name back into the MVP race. He's there. He's like third in the running right now. Josh Allen's probably the heavy favorite, especially after tonight, where he threw and caught a touchdown pass in a single play.
It was a single play.
Yeah, he threw it to his receiver. His receiver then pitched it to him, and he ran it in for a touchdown, which counts as a touchdown and a receiving touchdown on the same play for Josh Allen.
My brain hurts.
So, anyways,
You have a brain.
I have the Lions winning this one in a close one, 30-24 Lions. It's going to be really close, but they step up in the end with a big touchdown.
Brothers have similar scores show or something? What? I'm the only one here without a brother. I don't have a similar score to somebody.
Yeah.
30-24, but yet again, we have all 1, 2, 3, 5 predicted the Lions to be victorious.
Uncanny.
And we have been 11. We have been right 11 of 12
Preposterous.
times this year. You cannot question our
I mean,
prediction.
our accuracy is
Not
killer
at all.
this year.
Not
That's
at
for
all.
Yeah.
sure.
Amazing.
All right, so there you have it. Thursday night in Detroit in Ford Field. I hope all our listeners, if you're attending, to get loud as hell in there.
Oh yeah.
Leave no voice.
Loud as heaven in there.
Leave your voice out on the field
better.
in the stadium. It'll recover back in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Priorities, people.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Thursday. You take off on Friday. Take off Saturday and Sunday too.
Just don't ever go back to work. Who needs a job? The
The
Lions
voice
are
will come back.
important.
It happened to Rud Dog in this very podcast.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
It did.
Let's wrap it up. Before we do, of course, we have to thank our producer, KJ.
Jay.
We're crushing it every single week. And great
He's the
predictions,
best.
too.
Yeah.
Great predictions.
Yeah.
That's in the biz.
We want to thank Fansided for their support of the podcast. We want to, if you like this podcast or love it, even if you hate it,
You love it.
please download, please subscribe, please leave a review.
Admit
Apple, Spotify, wherever you get a podcast. We greatly appreciate that. If you want to see our beautiful, handsome faces, then go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel at DTBK_Lions, or just type in Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid. You should find it pretty easily. Hit that subscribe button. We'd love to.
If you
Have
can't
you
find
jump
it,
on
you're
there.
not meant to watch us or listen to us.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be, I suppose.
Yeah. It's like a
Um,
filter. If you're too dumb to find us, then it wasn't meant to be.
But otherwise than that, our reaction episode maybe coming Thursday night into Friday. We're still working on it, so just be open minded to when next coming. It could be early next week or
We'll be
Um,
closed-minded and
And
pissed
if you
off
watch
at
our
us.
YouTube channel, you can see our actual facial reactions, or like,
or like
you know what I mean? Like,
or like or
exactly.
or my thinking
Right.
face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm. So yeah,
Surprise.
YouTube, watch it.
yeah, yes.
Get our actual
All right, so
reactions.
we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you, everybody. Of course, we want to thank our listeners the most for tuning in every single week. We greatly appreciate it.
Do.
And we'll see you soon reacting to the Lions' victory over the Packers on Thursday night. Not Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. Right, Kid J? All right. So last but not least, as always, go.